put engineers to work. They spent a ton of time redesigning the page, and I put it in an A/B test, and it totally crashed and burned. But I wanted to redesign an entire page of search results. I wanted to jump to the end, which at times can be beneficial as a product manager in your A/B testing, and at times it is not the best possible route to take because you can't learn and iterate. And I wanted to just rip off the filters and how people were using them and exposing them. And we went from a left rail of filters that were really, slow, but also exposed a lot of information, so to speak, to moving it to top pills, just like Google Flights, where the filters were on the top of the page. It was very condensed and there were just little pills and you just selected. And I was so confident in this. I didn't put it in front of users. I put engineers to work. They spent a ton of time redesigning the page, and I put it in an A/B test, and it totally crashed and burned. And then, you know, my boss at the time was like, "You spent so much time on this. What are you doing? You wasted a ton of engineering time. You didn't talk to users. You were so confident. And the results, what are you going to do with your iteration now?" And frankly, then we took the design to customers, our customers. And what we found was that our customers are for cruise are older demographic. They tended to use other sites like TripAdvisor, like Expedia, for example, that were still sort of in a I don't want to say, but at the time they were in sort of an older, school design that used left filters. Priceline, Booking.com, Expedia, all of them were sort of still using this sort of old design, and we wanted to use the Google Flights design. But cruise is a very different product from flights. Flights can be, people book flights, they comparison shop, they want to go fast, they can quickly look. Where cruise requires a lot more information in a consideration. And so you
Right.
need all those filters. You need to know, if you wanted to depart from Miami versus Fort Lauderdale, we took that
Yeah.
filter away because we wanted to make it as clean and frictionless as possible was the hypothesis. But turns out people want when they were shopping for cruise at the time, by the way, it may have changed now, but people wanted all of the potential options that they could filter down to see the best possible results versus that clean and simple, couple of choices in terms of filtering.
Wow, lesson learned.